First rule is that you always look twice behind you. And always double check. Okay, everything's good. And this is pro tip right here. Pro tip, okay? When you're heading straight, right? And then you see a car like about 100 feet from you. Make sure that car is not about to change lane before you pass it. Be sure to be like on the left side of the road. Depends on like which side you on. And like be aware of your surrounding. And you see that car right there? See, you may not know that when he's going to decide to switch lane. He might be decided to switch lane right when you're right next to him. So be super aware of that. I always trying to like go to the left a little bit if the car's on the right. So that way if he switch lanes, he won't be able to hit me because I'm all the way to the left. And it will, you know, easier for me to avoid getting into a collision in that type of situation. So just be like, you know, super aware of that. And if the car is either on the right or the left, if the car is on the left, then trying to stay on the right. Like the further as you are on the right side or the left side, that will prevent you from getting into a collision. And also when you're doing a UE, check behind you, see if there's a car behind you that's doing a UE as well. Because I've seen so many cars that do UE with motorcycles, and then they end up like colliding with the motorcycle because they don't see the motorcycle. So give a little hit right now. Man, the accelerations on this CBR is crazy. And also guys, my screen is fading in the middle, so if you have any idea what's going on with the polarizations, I don't know how to fix it. It was perfectly fine until a few days ago. And you know, just be really careful out there, you know, and ride safe. Let's see, I was thinking about like a couple of other advice I can give you guys on how to ride safe. Okay. Another advice is never ride when you're emotional. When you're going through like some type of stress or anxiety, just remember, never ride when you get emotional. It's good for you to just stay home, because you know where that ends. If you get too emotional on the streets, you might not be acting right, you know, you might not be thinking properly, and that could be detrimental, you know. And try not to speed. Watch your speed, you know, like even if you're racing, watch your speed. When you're cornering, watch your speed. And oh yeah, I remember one of the tips that I was going to give you guys on how to corner is, I don't know if you guys know about counter steering. You will get into that when you get more advanced. But one of the tips that I have for beginner rider is to like lean on the opposite direction. See, if I'm turning right here, I'm going to lean slightly left like that while I'm turning into the corner, so that way I'm balancing out the motorcycle, so that way I won't get the what do you call that, when you get whipped by the rear wheel, it gets catch and then you get whipped. So if you balance on a motorcycle, you balance the weight and the ratio on, you center out the motorcycle by leaning your body to balance it out, and that way it'll avoid you from getting whipped and getting, you know, into just a type of crash that you don't want to get into, like just I don't know how to say it. It's I would say an accident, but it's not an accident that you intended to happen. It just happened because it's something that you're not acknowledging, and you're not incorporating into your riding routine. So yeah, it's about like balancing out the motorcycle and not leaning it over to the one position too much. So yeah, I hope that tip helped. I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to make more videos on tips on how to ride safe out here on these dirty streets. Oh yeah, another tip is that always look at your blind spot, because your rear mirror sometimes doesn't show you the blind spot. Like that car right there, it was right in my blind spot. When I was looking at the rear mirror, I did not see that car. So make sure you turn, you know, and look at your blind spot. Always look at your blind spot, and be like extremely paranoid about car pulling out in front of you, because I get car pulled out in front of me all the time. Like, you have to watch out for those type of people, you know, because you don't know. There's people out there that are driving with no prescription glasses, you know. There's no law or regulations that say that you have to wear your glasses while you're driving. They only do that at like the DMV office when you get, you know, your eye tested or whatever. But they don't really check people, you know, before they get in the car. They do that with the people with, you know, DUI, and where they have the machine where they check the alcohol level and all that. But they don't do that to people with glasses, you know, like people that need to wear glasses while they're driving. So you don't know if that person forgot their glasses at home or forgot to put on their contact and they can't see. They're just out there, blurry vision, and they're just trying to, you know, find their way. And here you are coming down the street and they don't see you, and they pull out right in front of you. It happens to me all the time. There's people around here that or like, if you're not paying attention, like they just, for some reason, they just pull out in front of you. It's so like spontaneous and what's the word? Uncalled for, or surprisingly. And another thing is that you see that lady right there doing the UE. Always watch out for those people too. Oh, man, you gotta be super careful out here. See that car pull out right in front of you? Especially these like busy road right here. It's always good to stay all the way to the right. Like if you're going on the right side of the road, to stay all the way to the right. Especially when there's like on the busy streets like this. Trying to like do the speed limit as well, and just cruise, you know. You don't have to be speeding. Like there's cars coming from the left side, cars